Now, as insecurity increases in Kampala and its suburbs where the gangs seem to have taken over from police, Ugandans have been urged to increase vigilance while traveling. Kampala has increasingly become a hotbed for criminal gangs with many dark spots around the city where these gangs operate, all in the watch of police. Ugandans and their leaders are wondering whether they are on their own. However, police say it is still in charge and have intensified operations even as the public cries. Kampala, the capital of Uganda, is host to over 6 million people who work in the city during day and later vacate the city in the evening, but majority are not sure of their security. Kampala and its suburbs have become a hotbed of organized gangs and robbers that mostly operate in the evening, tracking those returning home to rob them of their property and money. Let's take a look.
We start our night tour at a place known as Seka, which is one of the busiest in the city and a known dark spot infested by criminal gangs. Here, we meet this man in a red jumper sweater beside the road who seems to be waiting for a daily catch. He immediately disappears upon seeing the NBS cameras. This area is superintended by gangs from Makere Chivulu that operate around Chiseka market areas, Old Kampala, Equatorial Hotel and surrounding areas. These gangs have split the city into operating zones and territories, all in the eyes of police. A popular gang known as Chifesi operates the largest part, which includes the Central Business District, Clock Tower, Entebbe Road, Katwe, Ben Chwanuka Street and Ginger Road, among others. Members of this gang reportedly reside in the slums of Nsambya, Katwechinyoro, with another one known as Bakawenja in the same area. Others include the B13 that control Chengera and Nabingo, the Kasolo Boys that control Kawempe, the Naguru Arrows that control Kololo, Lugogo, Naguru and surrounding areas. It looks as if the whole city and its suburbs have been taken over by gangs and are black spots. These areas include Nansana, Chengera, Katwe, Kampala Central Business District, and the Northern Bypass is not an exception, and it's where we meet these men roaming around their territory. When it gets dark, it's head-hammering, chokeholds business with some hit by concrete pavers. According to the marriage and love police has with these criminals, where it's reported they even have their contacts saved, raising fears whether police could afford to hurt their darlings. Security experts say it's a tall order and police has long been derailed.
You see the police putting a lot of their effort around very trivial matters. When you go to a country where police becomes very close, in close proximity with the crime, and criminals even know how to talk to the police. Your phone is grabbed, you go to a police station and say, how did he look like? You say, policeman picking a phone. You people bring back someone else's phone.
Security expert Yasin Sekamate says it's time police resumed with community policing.
Lack of proper coordination, community policing. Remember those days of Kali Kaihula, Swani Mugeni, and Sani Kasindi. There was periodical public engagements. And
the Shadow Minister in charge of security, Francis Zake, says it's hard for police to deal with the criminals given their working conditions of low emoluments.
Because they are crying, and wherever we move and we find these security people, they tell us what they're passing through. And when you see the mobile money attacks, whenever the investigations are carried out, you find out that underneath, these are security people. When I saw that round kick being given to that white personnel, I really saw someone who is very professional.
However, the Kampala Metropolitan Police spokesman, Patrick Onyango, says police is not folding arms.
We are doing something. We have started, or we are enhancing our patrols.
Fred Egesa says the procured CCTV cameras look to be faulty and claiming their design and capability is outdated, hence not helping enough.
Most of the cameras were those which were brought, many of them are substandard, many of them are outdated.
Now, Kampala Central Division Mayor Salim Uhuru says it's about that time that we do take charge of our security as people who live in Kampala, but also become more vigilant. Let's take a look.
Such acts of inhuman activities like behaving like that, and it is our duty as the leaders to make sure every Ugandan is safe. But how are we going to do that? We're going to do that when all of us come together as one, because police as police, cannot do all this alone. We have to come up and help police. 2, the incident of borders. You saw some time back, even mobile money agents, they have been a target. So we should all come up, because I know what is happening in town. The issue of money is becoming a problem. So people are looking for all avenues of extorting money from people. For example, here in Kampala Central, moving from Namirebe Road, that has been a black spot. Here at Kiseka going down is a black spot. In Kololo, which has been a posh area, is now a black spot. People go and have fun until 5, 6 a.m. So when you're already high, they take advantage of you. So you as a Ugandan, you must take precaution of yourself, make sure you are safe.
Now, at a time that the public is grappling with insecurity around areas in Kampala, there are questions about community policing as to whether it's failing. But the Commissioner of Community Policing, Anatoli Muleterwa, has asked criminals to surrender or be dealt with. While he acknowledges that economic hardship could be a push factor, he insists that police are working hard to ensure public safety.
There's been a lot of anxiety in the populace, and you realize that different people have come to respond to issues of crime in a different manner. But I want to assure the general public, and I want to assure our partners all out there, and especially you, I can say with assertion that it is not failing. I know the basis of your question is to assess whether we have had an impact on crime prevention. And in my view, yes, we have had, because when you look at last year's annual crime report, we have a reduction in the overall crime report. But definitely, like any other issue, there are situations in which crimes tend to go up, others tend to go down, and these are as a result of a variety of questions. One is that the economic situation. 2, the age group of people who may be able to be induced in committing that. So, but that doesn't mean that community policing is failing. What I want to call upon, and also caution the criminals all out there, the police is at your doorstep. There are either 2 ways. Either you surrender or you risk your life.